Cheers. This is how I cut the grass now. It's a chore that I used to hate doing, but I picked myself up one of those robotic lawnmowers. So now all I need is my app and a beer. I find this much more enjoyable. It's a much easier process cutting the grass. It does a better job than I ever did, and my lawn looks better than ever. I know there are people out there that say they like cutting the grass, and I don't understand them. I think they're the same kind of people that say they like running marathons. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't know, maybe they don't want to be inside their house? Yeah, I'd rather just sit back, enjoy a cold one, and let the robot do the work. I'm going to tell you about this one. This is the Anthbot Genie, and it's been cutting my grass for a while, and like I said before, it really looks better than it ever has. It's moving right there. It makes no noise, which is totally different than, obviously, a gas-powered lawnmower, and it's just mulching right back into the yard, so it keeps feeding the grass while it cuts. It's awesome. So you probably want to know, how loud is this thing? It's not at all. Getting right up on it here. Yeah, that's kind of awesome, right? Barely notice it. You get this thing shipped to you in a box, and to get it up and going and cutting the grass, it took me almost no time at all. I got this thing set up in about 30 minutes. Now, it took me a little bit longer because I did things like burying the cable back there, kind of playing around in the app again. Took a little bit of time to kind of figure things out, but I got it programmed how I want. We call this guy Skunky 2.0. I've had a few different lawnmowers, robotic lawnmowers. I've had kind of the Roomba kind where it just kind of randomly cuts. I've done one like this at my parents' house. I even had a gigantic one that converted into a leaf blower and a snow blower. But this one, this is the one I'm keeping because I think it's the perfect fit for my yard. I basically pull up the app here. I've created 4 different zones that I want to cut. I have a front, I have a backyard here. I've got kind of 2 side yards, and then I have the front of my house and then over by the street. And I kind of program it to cut those at different times, at different intervals. I like this one nice and cut. So this one we're cutting twice a week. Maybe I'll do 3 times. The front, right in front of my house, same thing, but the sides, you know, once a week is fine for those. So to set it up, back there, I've got a little tower. It's an RTK station. Now you need to have a place in your yard where you can't put it next to the house. It needs a 120-degree view of the sky. So I put it back there, I put the charging station back there, and then basically I trenched a line up to my house here for it to have power. This guy doesn't use a wire, which I've had to do with some other robots. It basically just uses GPS. I map my lawn once and it knows where to go. I do kind of have to walk around and map out these trees so it'll go around them, but it's a pretty straightforward process. It'll even do your yard using AI if you kind of have real clear borders like a fence or things like that. But I found the standard process to be really pretty easy. You get a 2-year warranty on these things and a 30-day return policy if it isn't up to snuff. But they do have a really good online customer service. You can either reach out via email, or they have a chat bot that actually does a decent job, one of the better ones that I've encountered. It has obstacle avoidance cameras, so it's going to drive around your yard, and if something comes in front of it, a child, a dog, a shoe, whatever, it's going to sense that and go around. You can set the sensitivity to really high or really low, and it does a really nice job. It's pretty awesome. Also, if you pick this thing up while it's working, it'll stop cutting the grass. So it has kind of like a collision detection as well. It will sense rain. If you want it to not cut in the rain, you can set it to do that too. There are different Genie models. So if you're looking for something, you have a bigger yard, you want the one with the larger battery. So just kind of keep that in mind. The bigger the battery, the longer the battery life. This thing does a nice job. It's gonna be able to cut whatever I tell it to on one battery, then it goes back and charges. If, let's say, my yard was too big for that, it would cut what it could, then it would go back and charge, and then would go back out and finish the job. So this thing is fantastic. It does a nice job. It makes my life easier. Now, caveats, things you have to consider. I still got to trim. It's not going to do that. So you have to keep that in mind. And like I said before, if you've got a ton of trees, or you don't have access, like you want to put this thing up by your house, that's probably going to be problematic. If you can get it out in the open with that RTK station, it's just going to do a better job. I've had problems in the past trying to, like, no, I'll just put it next to my house. Nope, that isn't going to work. So keep that in mind. But yeah, I love it. My son loves it, and I enjoy cutting the grass again. You may have noticed I call it Skunky 2.0. My neighbor called me and said, "Hey, Jack, you got a skunk in your yard. It's black and white and it waddles." Nope, wasn't a skunk. If you got questions about this or other lawnmowers or drones, cameras, we do lots of fun stuff on this channel. Throw them down in the comments down below and we'll get back to you. I believe they're running a sale right around Father's Day, Memorial Day through Father's Day, something like that. So I may have a coupon code. I'm gonna ask them for one. It'll be in the description down below. Hey, thanks for watching. Good luck, everyone. Happy cutting.